Okay, everybody, welcome to our webinar series. We're happy to see you, and a special shout out to those attendees with front row seating and those that have VIP seats. So welcome. This is a series of webinars that we're giving. Our previous webinars were Get Known Now, Becoming a Celebrity Expert in Your Field, Branding, Story Selling, Top 10 Ways to Promote Your Business on Social Media, and the last month's one, Social Media Videos Rock, Be Seen and Heard. Those videos of the webinars are available on our on-demand. We have a website, askmarketingexperts.now.site. If you go to that, you can watch those videos of the webinars whenever you want. So we're going to have fun today. The topic of today's webinar is top 7 tips, but we're going to give you a bonus 3 tips for a total of 10 tips. So how does that sound? So we're going to have a lot of fun. I'm going to give you valuable information and talk about what you need to know about websites, what you maybe don't know about websites, and what you should know about websites. So let's go back a little ways and talk about the history, a little about websites. In the early days, the first websites were called billboard sites, and if you did not have a website back then, you were not considered a serious business because people ask, well, you have a website? Well, no. Okay, well, I guess you're not serious about your business then. So everybody kind of got on board. So think about websites as a digital business card or your online company brochure, so to speak. And these brochures will be online and available 24/7. And that's the good part about it. Now, um, show of hands here. I know we're on a Zoom meeting, but raise your hand. Here's the question. Show of hands. How many of you actually have a website? Okay, let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, well, I see most of you do have a website. Now, here's a second question. How many of you that have a website have revised or changed your website within the past, say, 6 months? Anybody? Okay. What about within the past year or 2 years? Oh, okay. So I see not many people. So a website, your company website, is not something that you build and that's online and it's a set it and forget it thing. Okay, so you have to always be changing things, at least every once in a while, to keep up with the times and keep up with your new products or services, or if it's anything new, or if you have specials going on, and you have something interesting that you want to let the people know. That's why you change your website. If you have a static website that basically has not been changed for months and even years, that's not too good. You always want to be having it evolving. Consider it a working document or working uh, media presence basically on the internet. Now, if you do not have a website but a Facebook or Instagram page, that is not a website. That's just, you're calling it your website. That's your social media presence, but it's not really a website per se by definition. So your website is your valuable piece of real estate on the World Wide Web. So over the years, and here's personal information. Over the years, I have paid between $500 and $5,000 to have websites built for me. I have designed many of my own websites. And I thought that the one who had the most bells and whistles won the website game. I thought bigger and better was the idea. I soon found out that that was not true. So there's no need for your website to look like a Las Vegas casino with colorful flashing strobe lights and looking like with banners going back and forth, multimedia slideshow, and music playing in the background. Uh, you don't need to do that. Okay, so the information that I'm going to give you today at this webinar applies regardless whether you're building your own website or you're having a website designer or developer build a website for you. Okay, so regardless if you're going to do it yourself or you have somebody do it, the contents of this webinar still is applicable. Let me run through some slides here. Top 7 tips to a killer interior website. As I told you, we got 3 more tips, so it's actually top 10 tips. Okay, better for you. Let's talk about website builders. So if you're not going to hire somebody and you're going to build your own website, or even if you hire somebody, they may be using these website platforms. So these platforms are called website builders, and the most popular ones are Wix, Squarespace. There's also about 20 or 25 website builders. Every day there's new ones coming on. For instance, there's WordPress, GoDaddy, Ionis, Vistaprint, Network Solutions, Web.com, Constant Contact, and almost everybody is getting into the website building business right now. There's also a popular website builder that Martin and I use. And by the way, I forgot to introduce Martin. He's the IT guy in the back end. I got so excited about starting the webinar, I completely forgot to introduce him, but he's the back end guy, IT guy. He's always there for support, and he's not going to leave unless he needs to. But anyway, Martin and I, we have a partnership, and we're using this platform called Nowsite Marketing, and this is the platform we use to build our own websites. And a little commercial, $47 a month gives you this platform, unlimited websites, free hosting, social media posting done for you, and a whole bunch more. So that's the platform we use, and it's out there. If you need more information, just let us know. Moving on to website anatomy. Well, everyone knows what a website is, but basically, uh, what are we talking about as far as the components of a website? And you probably know the different components, but may not be able to define it or say what it is or what it does. But here we go. So let's talk about a website in general and the website anatomy. And the first thing is a header and banner. So presuming that you have your company logo, or if you're using your name, if you own your own company and it's under your own name, you have a nice logo and you use that logo as your header or banner. And then you have a mission statement or vision statement or a slogan. And I'm giving you this example. This is one of my companies, Construction Management Inspection LLC, and I'm using this as an example of the header banner. So you see the top has your company logo, and then words to describe basically your vision or mission statement. And if you look to the left, top left, you see those 3 horizontal lines there. You know what that is? Okay, I'll explain later on. Okay, another component is your navigation bar, or we call it a main menu. And I got this website. I took actually screenshot of it because I kind of like the way it looks. It's a vintage store or something like that. But anyway, there's a menu navigation because you need to know on this website where you're going to navigate to, what you're interested in. So if you look on the bottom, there's the horizontal sections there, and it says home, services, products, about, gallery, and contact. So this is basically how to navigate the website. So if you're stuck, you would go to click on, if you say, oh, I need to contact them, you would look for the contact section and then click that section, and then another page comes up with the contact information. Okay, a Navicon. Remember I asked the question, what are those three horizontal lines? That's called a Navicon. So basically, if you click it, it's a menu. So instead of navigating through all this navigation bar, main menu, and trying to figure out what's what, you go ahead and click that, and it should, if the website is built properly, when you click it, it should take you to expanded menu or some pages where you can click on to get to where you want to go. This is another screenshot of a company of ours, Expert Media Matters, and I'm just using this as an example to show you what the Navicon looks like. Next, we have the content, photo, video section. And this is a screenshot of the NowSite marketing website page. And basically, I like this because the video is right there on the first page. And if you have a website and you do have a photo, or better yet, if you have a video, that's the best thing. People are really attracted to videos, and they're playing the videos, and the percentage of videos now that are being played get higher and higher as time goes on. And this is where the term content is king. So if you have video, which is part of the content, then you're up there. Also, you want to be sure that you have nice headline words and not too lengthy paragraphs of text, because then it gets too long and drawn out, and then people get tired of reading this stuff. So you want to make it very easy. So the content is very important on a website. Photo and videos are key. And then actually, this is where the killer and thriller part of the website comes in. You have to have nice videos and good content. And then there's a about us and contact page. So this is a component of a website. About us, and people are interested in who is behind the website, who owns the company, who's the owner, who's the manager, who's the directors, if it's a big, say, nonprofit organization. So here we have about a section of Martin Pea, who he is, because some people want to know who they're dealing with. And then you have a contact us section, and it should have the address, your business address. It should have a phone number and an email address. Now, here's my contact us gripe. So many times, and here's an example. I go on a website that's a restaurant, and all I need to know is like if they're open or not, or what hours they're open for lunch. So I, navigate through their website. I'm looking at the contact. I click on, and then instead of having their phone number in it, they make me fill out this form with my name, email, and contact information and all that. And I'm like, why do I need to go through this exercise? What is this, a test? I just need to know what their phone number is so I can call them and ask, for their hours. And it's not there. So it's like, oh, forget it. I'm going to go to the next restaurant. So heads up, You don't want to use the contact us and not have your contact information in. I really get irritated when that happens. Also, another component of the website is the footer, which is basically sort of like a navigational bar menu thing at the bottom of your website. So you may have this information at the top of your website, and you also may have it on the bottom of your website. If it's not listed at the top, at least have it available at the bottom, because then um, people can navigate through and see what they want to see or what information they need. So that's important. You don't have to have anything at the bottom if you have the information on the top in the navigation bar, but it's up to you how you want to handle things. Another important thing is, and I call it your 7-second landing page. And why is it 7 seconds? It's because normally when people click on a website page, and a landing page is just a name for a website page that is simple and it's easy to get to. Okay, and why is it 7 second? Because when people click on it, basically you have seven seconds to get their attention. Okay, if they got to scroll through and read through and it's going to take 20 seconds, 30 seconds, that's not an effective landing page, because it takes too long for somebody to read it all and take action. So this example, this company is offering a free ebook, the complete guide to Facebook ads. And you can see there's very little text and information to download your free ebook. Very simple, very clean, and it's easy. And this is a good example of a 7-second landing page, because all it takes is 5 seconds to read this stuff, and boom, you're either interested and you're gonna type in your information to get the ebook, or you're not and you're gonna move on to something else. Okay. So by the way, Martin and I are working on our free ebook, and so we may do something like this, using this as a good example. Hey, let's move along. Here's some more good tips. Got color, got font. When you're building a website, make sure that you select nice colors. And the in thing now is these pastel looking colors that aren't too invasive or intrusive, not too dark. You may want to stay away from super dark colors. It depends on your business. The color and font has to be consistent with what your business ideals are, what your goals are, what your product is, or what your service is, and have it all blend and fit together. So there's a good idea is, if you go online and you look for colors, there's a whole bunch of different colors that you can select from online. There's like color wheel samples, or here's another good idea. You go to your hardware store and you go, I'm going to paint my house. Can I get a fan deck or some colors, and take those strips with you and use it as an idea. So you want to have the colors all blend together. Now, font size, make sure your fonts are big enough and they're readable. Okay. Have you ever been to a website where they've got fancy and they're using italics and nice script, old English, and you can't even read the words because it's not readable? Or it's either too small because the font size is so tiny, or it's in script or some language that doesn't even look like English, and it's hard to read. So if you're thinking about getting fancy, then that's nice, but don't get so fancy where the user cannot even read what you're trying to say. So in other words, try what you want and then have other people read it. Say, hey, take a look at this. Can you tell me what it looks like, or what the words are? Can you actually read it? Does it make sense? Okay, so that's a biggie, because if somebody doesn't like the color or the font or they can't read it, guess what? They're leaving your website. Okay, so that's a key pointer. As I mentioned before, does your website have a video? Does it have a photo? That's why I'm saying got photo, got video. There should be question marks, but we left it out to confuse you. Okay, no, I'm only joking. So this is actually a screenshot of one of my websites, and I like it because uh, there's a photo of me speaking on stage. Okay, and then there's a video of me speaking on a national platform. So this really attracts attention. And this website is for National Building Expert, and it's my speaking, public speaking and book writing site. Although I'm combined too many things together in one website, it got too confusing. Basically, I took 3 websites and combined it into one because I didn't want to pay the money for 3 sites, and that was before we got the Nowsite platform. So now I can make 50 websites at the same cost, which is very nice. Okay, so make sure you have a video and nice photos. And if your video is really dark and it's blurry, don't put it on. You want to put something that's reasonable, that has good lighting, the sound is good, and it looks professional. If it's like not that good, then maybe you want to, reshoot it. Think about doing it. It's very easy. Now, here's a very important point on your website. Is there a call to action? In other words, a website alone will not make you money. Of course, if you own Amazon.com, that's a different story, right? So there has to be a call to action. And most websites are informational sites. There's no call to action, except they may have words, call us for more information, call us to book, a session or whatever. Okay, so there has to be some kind of call to action. Now, if you look at on the right, that's a call to action. It says start accepting credit cards today. Basically, and they show an American Express green card. This is not a American Express commercial or anything. It's it's an ad basically for a company that sells this device where you can plug into your smartphone and you can accept credit cards. So I like this because the call to action, they're showing somebody using a credit card. And if you're in the business and you're available to accept credit cards using your smartphone, I mean, that's great. Okay, so you could actually take payments wherever you are. And this person is somewhere in the field. They're not in a office or in a store. So that's why I like that. Now, the last thing I wanted to talk to you about as far as the tips is um, social media links. Okay, so why am I bringing this up? It's very important to have social media links or the icons on your website, provided that you do have social media platforms that you use. Okay, so if you don't have the platforms, of course, you're not going to list it. And if you do not use the social media platforms, the most popular ones, I would recommend getting on, because that's the one way that you're going to market your website and your company. Okay, so this is a screenshot from one of my websites. See, I have the call now with the phone, and make sure you have it set up where if somebody clicks the link, guess what? Now it's dialing that person's dialing your phone. Okay, so that's a good feature. If you look on the bottom, you see all those icons, the Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, LinkedIn, and the other ones. There's also an email icon. So make sure that you have these available. So let's say somebody wanted to click the Facebook to see what my Facebook page looked like. They could click it and immediately goes to my Facebook account. So it's, I know it's time and energy to keep up with all this, but if you're going to have a nice website, and it's good to promote it using these social media platforms. Okay, so I'm gonna share at this time some things that you may not have known, and here's some interesting information. You want your website designed to remove as many barriers as possible between you and your prospective customers, whether they're going to buy your product or service, or whether they just want information. Okay. Uh, Everyone takes a different path through your website to get the information they want to see. Okay. So, in other words, if I go on a website, I may take a different path than, say, if Martin goes on a website. It depends, what we're looking for at the time. So um, the takeaway here is, if somebody goes on your website and they need a roadmap or a GPS to navigate through it, that's not a very good website. It's confusing. And personally, I've been on websites where I can't find stuff I need in seconds, and I'll leave. And guess what? When I leave, I'm not going back to the site. And so whoever made that website just lost a potential customer or client because it was too confusing. Okay, so remember that when you're building your website. In order for your website to make money, it must be part of a marketing system. And the marketing system is not a website, it's part of a website. So the whole marketing system basically is your website, is your social media platforms, and you combine all these things together, and the combination of these things is your basic marketing system. Okay. Now, we term a website as a social media uh, component, and because you basically go on the internet and go to the website, so that's included as part of the social media platform. Okay. Now, let me tell you about the missing link here, and this is going to be interesting. The missing link. Okay, I'm going to talk about a website versus a click funnel. Now, what's a click funnel? Okay, so a click funnel is also called a sales funnel or a marketing funnel. And here's the difference. The website has all these different components all built into the website, and it's easy to get lost. And I know I've been lost on a website, and other people have, especially if the website has too many pages or too many components. As I mentioned before, I had a website built that had bells and whistles and 100 pages to the website. And I'm thinking, man, I'm the king of websites here because I have so many pages. I got way more pages than my competition. I got bells and whistles. I got banners flying here. I got things blinking on and off. And I thought that it was a good thing. I later realized that, geez, what am I doing? It looks like a casino. And somebody who wants to go to my website to get information doesn't need to see all that stuff. It's just too distracting. But at the time, I thought, hey, this is the best thing since sliced bread. But, I'll admit it. There's always change for the good. So if you look at the image on the left, that's a website, and you see the different components. You got about us, contact us. You got this, we do this, go here. If you want to know more about, this division. And so basically the bigger the company is, if it's a huge corporation, of course, the website's going to be huge, right? And the key before was, if you're a small business owner, entrepreneur, you can actually make a website to look like you're this huge corporation by copying a huge corporation's website and making it look like that. We got all these different departments. Little do people know that, you got 10 different divisions and departments in your company. Little do the people know that you're the head of each, one of these departments. It's the same person. So, you're out there doing sales and you're also emptying the rubbish can. So times have changed. Okay. So the websites are still here, but then now it's a click funnel. So the website, you got all these different components in it and it's easy to get lost. It's hard to navigate. The funnel basically takes you from one end and the top, and how a funnel looks like. So you start at the top and then you kind of go through the site and it becomes a funnel till you get to the bottom. And in the beginning, I'll have to admit, in the beginning, I got sick and tired of scrolling through the bottom. I go, what is this? This is not a website. I don't know what it is, but what I have to keep scrolling through to get the information I need. But I didn't realize that this is the method of the madness, or this is the method of marketing. So if you look at one of our websites, which is a funnel site that was built, and you see the I Love My Nerd guarantee, promote your business online now, $47. So basically how this thing is set up is you start at the top, and when you click on, this is what you see, and then it forces you to keep scrolling and reading more information. It's almost like it's sort of like a trap. You can't leave, right? But you can, because there's Navicon on the top where you can go and look at other things. So basically, this is a wave of the future when we're talking websites. Okay, so there's a difference between a website and a ClickFunnels. These are both websites, called websites, but it's a different kind of format. And let me explain or show you a better sample. Okay, so here's an image, and we call this a marketing funnel. And if you look on the left, you see how the funnel is created, and there's attention, interest, desire, and action. So the first thing is you want to attract attention, and then interest, and then you want to get the person to kind of have a good feeling about things and want to know more and have the information provided. And then the next step after that is action. You want the person to take action. So when they take action, they're clicking on to get the free ebook, or they're clicking on to hire you for something, or they may making a click to buy your product. Okay, and that's why there's all this images of money, because this is basically a money making funnel. You're attracting people to your site and you're guiding them to the point where you want them to be. Now on a regular website, this doesn't happen. And you may attract interest. They may desire to find out more or work with you, but then it's hard for them to take the action unless they click on, or take the number down, call you, or click on and sign up, or email. Now there's a lot of clicking on, and there's somebody there, instant chat with you. Okay, so that's what's happening now. Here's some funnel examples. Well, basically, this is the same site. So one of my companies, I train home inspectors. So we have it set up where right there, when somebody clicks on the the website, what comes up is the video is right there. And most times when people see the video, you see that little arrow, they're going to click on it and watch the video or listen to it. Okay, so that's what attracts people. And then, um, a few words, and then you scroll down, and then there's, more information. And so it's set up to direct the person to get the information, and then at the end to take some kind of action. So you want to explain things all in this basic funnel idea. Okay, so let's talk about the takeaway. And by the way, this is going to be included when you signed up and registered. You're automatically on our email list, and you're going to get the email with the valuable information, which would be the takeaways. The takeaway would be a video replay of this webinar, and it'll also have the actual copy of the PowerPoint presentation that was used today, and you're going to get a copy of this page where you can print out. And I know the print's kind of small, but you can print it out later, and then you have your full-size copy. So let's go through top 10 ideas or tips for a killer and thriller website. And I'm just, this is just a recap of basically what I mentioned before. You want an easy to read headline banner. Make sure your logo is nice and clean. You got nice colors. Your website should have nice colors and readable fonts. You have a clean navigation bar or main menu. You have a prominent navicon where if people get lost, they can always go to those 3 bars, click it, and then it takes them to an easier map. You want to have simple content with CTA. CTA is call to action. So you don't want just a bland website where it's out there for people to read and then it doesn't say anything. So you're giving them a bunch of information and that's it. You're done. So and they may be done too. So at least give them valuable information, and call to action would be, for more information, contact us, or for a free ebook or a free coupon, you can print it out here or something like that. Okay. Also, you want to have photos and videos on your website, and make sure it's pretty decent. You want to have a about us page. You make sure you have a contact us page, and make sure that the contact us page has the contact information. Like I mentioned before, if a person goes on your website and spends time on the site because they're interested, you don't want to send them on a wild goose chase trying to find how to get a hold of you, how to find your phone number or email. Okay. Also, you may want to have a footer. If you don't have the navigation on the top, you want to have a footer. Some people want to help the clients or customers going to the website, and they have a navigation bar menu on the top, and they also have a footer on the bottom. To me, that's like overkill, because you already had it up at the top, so you don't need it at the bottom. So you don't have to have both in both locations. To me, the website is valuable real estate, so don't go overboard unless you feel a need to. If you get too many clients saying, I went on your website, I can't find stuff. I tried to look for your about us page, I don't know where it is, I got lost. Okay, well, that's a heads up for you to kind of tweak things as you need to. Okay. Also, social media links are very important. Now, remember, the saying, build it and they will come. So I had the same idea. you build a website, make it really nice, and everyone's going to go to it. Wrong. That didn't happen. Okay. So the idea of build it and they will come, it doesn't work. Okay. It only works if we change the saying. And Martin and I came up with this saying. It's build it and they will come only if you market your website through social media. Okay. So I want to clarify that. Build it, market it, and they will come. Okay. So that's basically, uh, in a nutshell, the whole idea of a website. It's not business as usual. It's not a new normal. Um, it's a better normal. And so go back and take a look at your website and have other people look at your website if you have one and see if it meets the components that we discussed today. See if it's too busy or it's too simple. Take a look, have other people look at it and give you comments, and or take a step back and act like you're a customer, potential customer or client. Look at the website and see if it's appealing and see if there's a call to action. Most of the websites that I've seen, and I've breezed through a whole bunch, do not have a call to action, and it's confusing. So make sure yours does. And um, hopefully you enjoyed the webinar, and we have next month's webinar about how to develop a e-commerce website. So I know that's going to be interesting. We have a lot of interest in that topic, and we did a poll, and that seems to be the number one or number two topics of interest regarding websites. So at this time, I'd like to turn it over for Q&A, and hopefully there are some, because that's probably the other exciting part. Not only in me giving the presentation, the other exciting part of the webinar is actually answering the Q&A, because sometimes it may be hard questions, but I'm game. If I don't know the answer, I promise to find out and then get back to you. Just leave your email with us. You're also free to call us and or email, and we'll be happy to help you. Also, if you have any ideas on future webinars, let us know, and we'll be happy to discuss it and consider those. So once again, the what website is askmarketingexperts.now.site. You go to that and you can see the whole schedule for the rest of the year regarding social media marketing. So hopefully you go to that. Also, there's on-demand webinars that we previously did and some other information. So I'm happy that you attended, and thank you for your time. And let's do the Q&A. Let's go for it. And Martin, do we have anybody on chat or Q&A or raise hand or whatever?
We have a few questions from our Q&A side. Nobody raised their hands though, so they just wanted us to share it, I think, through the Q&A. So we have a few. The first one here is, what are the other hidden costs in owning a website in addition to the actual website design completion?
So let me get that clarified. So they're asking about the cost of owning a website.
Yep, that's what it says. That's about hidden costs, but actually all the costs are hidden because you never know until you start designing a website. So I think it's the cost of owning a website, in addition to the design.
Oh, okay. So let's say that you use a website builder platform, or you have somebody build your website. So you're paying. Of course, if you build it yourself, you're doing it unless you pay yourself. But Um, so you pay somebody or yourself, you're doing it for free to build your own website. So there's that cost. The hidden cost would be the cost to host a website and make sure it's online. Because if you don't pay hosting, you have this website that's sitting basically on your hard drive and no one sees it. Okay, so you have hosting, you also have your domain registration. If you want multiple email addresses, you have to pay for that separately. And then also, if you want your website to be secured, there's that you pay for, because there's a difference between HTTP and HTTPS. The S is secure, so normally um, you you pay extra for that. Also, if you have an e-commerce site, you have to make sure that you have a SSL uh, feature on your site to make sure that that's secure also. So there's these hidden costs. So be sure to investigate and ask um, your website person or whoever you're going to host your website with. Ask the questions about the cost of all these things, because if you add it up, it's so much per month. Or like a domain name, you register it for a year or multiple years, so you basically take whatever you pay per year and then you amortize it to get your monthly. The hosting is normally per month, but there's ways that you can pay yearly. So uh, the question is good because there are hidden costs. If it's going to cost you $500 to make a website, that's not your true cost. The true cost is everything in addition to owning a website and making sure it's online and functioning properly. So you got to add all those costs together to get your actual or true costs of what the website is, and that's going to affect the bottom line. Because if you think it's going to be $500 and next thing you know it's 700, well, that's a little different. So hopefully I answered that question.
Yeah, good answer, Lance. The next question I have that we received was, thank you for your presentation, guys. I need to build a website selling my products. Can you talk a little about that type of website, product selling?
Yeah, just go on Amazon. But um, like I said before, uh, you well, I didn't say this, but I mentioned Amazon. If you're Amazon, then you basically are set. But you could sell your products on Amazon, and you could sell it on other platforms like eBay, Pinterest, and there's a Etsy and a whole bunch of other ones. But uh, uh, I'm thinking the question is that the person wants to sell their own products on their own website. So that's called an e-commerce site, because you're actually selling products through your website. Um, there's big or the top major e-commerce sites that are basically website builders for e-commerce are Shopify and BigCommerce, and there's other ones. But uh, by the way, if you tune in for the next webinar, I'll be talking about the e-commerce, how to set up your e-commerce website. So I'll get into all that. But um, if you want to look into the matter before attending the webinar, then go on to the Shopify BigCommerce websites and kind of check their menu and see what they offer. I mean, it's pretty amazing. You could basically set up your mini Amazon store using these e-commerce website builders. And the idea is what product you have, how are you going to distribute the product? Say somebody wants to buy it, you have to have things set up where you're able to get the product shipped to them, mailed to them in some way, so they get it. So that's that whole trail like every store has that's selling online. That's what they do. Basically, you become, your own supply house, unless it's going to be a drop ship kind of thing. So yeah, uh, tune in to the next webinar, and I'll give you more information.
Good answer, Lance. Good answer. The next one here is about your types of websites. You talked about two types of websites: the standard traditional and the new ClickFunnels type site. Is that like the ClickFunnels we hear about on, somebody sells a product, I think, called ClickFunnels? And do I need both types of websites for my business?
Okay, interesting. The simple answer is yes. And why do I say that? It's because if your website is not a sales or marketing website, then you would need a funnel type site, because it's okay to have two. Um, and when you think about it, if your website is not selling anything except telling people that you're there and what you do, I don't really consider that an actual sales site. The funnel site is actually taking a person by the hand, leading them down the merry path, and getting them to where you want them to be, either calling you or emailing you to set up an appointment, or actually making a purchase or something like that. And they can't do that on your regular website. Um, and I'm not talking about an e-commerce website. I'm talking about a standard website. So that's why you would need two, and um, two different types of sites, because uh, there's no way for somebody to navigate to where you want to go on a traditional website. It has to be more of a funnel type site, and that's the way the trend now, where most small business owners are going, and they're realizing that they need to have both types. So um, it could be that within the traditional website, if they click on uh, you know something, it may go into a funnel page. So that's a possibility, but I haven't seen too many websites do that yet, but I'm sure it'll come up. So yes, I think you would need both, and try it, and see what happens. Monitor it, see how many views you get on your traditional site, and how many views you get on your funnel site, and then check it out. I mean, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work, then you go to plan B. But I would say at least try it. So do we have any other questions?
Yes, Lance. Sorry, I was unmuted, or I was muted. Get a couple more here. The next one here is, let's say I already have, as you say, one killer and thriller website. What now? How do I get the word out?
Very interesting. So you have a website, and it's very nice. You followed all the format, and it has all the information, videos, and all that, and it's a super website. Now what? Okay, so how do you get the word out? Well, you have a network of family and friends. You let them know, but let's say you did that already. You want to get new people, okay, new eyes, new customers and clients. So that's where the social media marketing comes in. And the social media marketing is so important. And how do you do that? You do that on the social media platforms. And I'm talking about using Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, and whatever else that you want to use, because these are popular sites that millions of people go to. And you make your social media posts, and of course you always have the link to your website, and that's how you get the word out. Okay, you have, once you keep doing that, you develop a following. So you're going to have a following on Facebook, Instagram, whatever. If it's too much for you, pick one that you want to use, say Facebook, and just keep posting on Facebook. And you don't have time to post to the other ones, that's fine. But stick with one and keep marketing. Eventually, you get more people to check out your website, and that's the social media marketing aspect, or that's one of it. I have many more ideas, but then you would have to go to the on-demand webinars to check it out, or stay with us, and we'll be doing more series on webinars on different social media topics. So yeah, that's good.
Thank you, Lance. And the final question that we had in our Q&A today is about, let's see, it says, I am curious, how many websites do you have? Oh, personal question. And how much are you paying per month? If the information is confidential, you don't have to answer. So this is getting personal.
It is, huh? Okay, so let me, gee, we never had that question come up before. So let me do some thinking here, some fast thinking. Okay, so I have, okay, so in rough numbers, well, basically, it's confidential, yeah? Are we able to say these things, Martin? I don't know. I better check with my CPA and attorney. But okay, so I don't have anything to hide, so let's go for it. Okay, are you game, Martin?
Yeah, go for it. Go for it.
Okay, so I got 5 main websites that I had built, and what was the question now? What the cost was per month?
Yes.
I
How much
forget
are
the
you
question.
How much you're paying per month? I guess, you know.
Oh, okay, okay.
Like
So
most probably paying plenty, huh?
okay, so I got 1, 2 that are. So we're talking about. Okay, so let's just talk about the hosting costs. Yeah, because I can't figure out the other costs, but let's talk about hosting because that's probably the major cost right now. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so five main websites. I'm paying $155 a month in hosting. Okay, and then I got 20 other websites which are marketing, and I'm paying, okay, $47 a month. Okay, so here's how I figured it out. I got 5 main websites. I'm paying $155 a month. I got 20 other websites and I'm paying $47 a month. Does that make sense? So the $47 a month for the 20 websites is not per website. It's for 20 websites. So if I had 50 websites, I'm still paying $47 a month. So when you look at the numbers and the math, it's kind of, it's a no-brainer, right? And the $47 a month, we're using our own new platform that we've been using. The other 5 websites of mine that I had previously, I didn't know about the NowSite platform, so that's why I'm paying so much. But slowly, I'm moving my other sites that I'm paying the bigger money to our own platform that we're using. So I'm going to have 20, 25, 30 websites, all for $47 a month. Hey, that's a good deal, right? What do you say, Martin?
Very good deal.
Okay, that's what I'm talking about, right? So anyway, I think we got to do a separate webinar just for that, because it's too exciting and people don't believe when, you know, we tell them about it. So we have to show them the whole process and everything. But anyway, I'm looking at my timekeeper here, and they're waving that the 1 hour is over. I'm thinking, wow, that was a fast hour. So hopefully everybody had fun. We appreciate you logging in and joining us on the webinar. Stay tuned. We look forward to seeing you at the next webinar. And if you have any questions, by all means, just shoot us an email or give us a call. Our phone number is on the screen. And hopefully we'll see you again at the next webinar. So we'll sign off for now and see you again soon. Thank you very much.